Welcome to Trucker Reacts. Back with another video. This one's out of Roanoke County, Virginia. I-81. I think it was around mile marker 240, 245 or something. Another deadly fatal crash involving a truck driver. And got the news story here from the local station out of Roanoke, Virginia. And we're going to follow up with an article about what happened a week later with the alleged driver of that truck. So here's a news report first. Let's check it out.
A tractor trailer driver was charged in a crash that killed 3 people, including a toddler. Virginia State Police say troopers responded
Sad.
to a 2 vehicle crash on I-81 near the city of Roanoke. VSP says the driver of the tractor trailer was headed north when he ran off the right side of the road and hit a Honda Odyssey, stopped on the shoulder, and killed the 65-year-old driver, Lorraine Renee Williams, 49-year-old Ebony Latasha Williams, and 2-year-old Shazaya Leslie. 58-year-old El Haddaj Karamoko Katara was charged with reckless driving.
You
Reckless
can't increase
driving.
productivity.
Reckless driving. Charged with reckless driving. That was it. But apparently his charges were changed. Let me go over to the article for Freight Waves and we'll see what's going on. It's kind of crazy what happened. This is from Rob Carpenter, Other Freight Waves. Trucker charged in fatal I-81 crash released on bond as questions swirl over crash transparency. Definitely something going on here. A Maryland driver charged with killing 3 people, including a 2-year-old, walked out of jail after a bond hearing that doesn't appear on the public docket. No one will say who he was driving for. There's a mugshot of him there. The Maryland truck driver facing 3 counts. See, they changed it from reckless driving to 3 counts of involuntary manslaughter in connection with a Christmas week crash that killed 3 members of a Charlotte, North Carolina family, including a 2-year-old, has been released on bond following a hearing that appears nowhere on the public court docket. El Haji Karamoka Watara, I guess, Watara, whatever, 58 of Montgomery Village, Maryland, was driving a 2014 Volvo tractor trailer northbound on Interstate 81 near mile marker 145. What did I say, 245? When his rig ran off the right side of the roadway at approximately 11:08 p.m. on December 22nd, 2025, striking a 2025 Honda Odyssey that was stopped on the shoulder. Emma said 3 of the 6 occupants of the minivan died from their injuries at Carolion Roanoke Memorial Hospital. Lorraine Williams, 65, Ebony Williams, 49, and Shazia Leslie, 2. 3 other passengers, a 63-year-old man, a 73-year-old man, and a 10-year-old girl, survived with injuries. Apparently, they were going to Christmas family somewhere. I don't know. All 6 were wearing seatbelts, and the toddler was properly secured in a child safety seat. Here's where we start getting a little crazy on this story. What should have been a straightforward criminal case has been anything but, at least from a public transparency standpoint. Quatera was initially charged with reckless driving, here we go, on December 23rd. Those charges were upgraded to 3 counts of involuntary manslaughter, a case 5 felony under Virginia Code Section 18.2-36 when he appeared for arraignment in Roanoke County General District Court on December 29. Court records indicate that Quatera appeared for a bond hearing at 10 a.m. that day and that he was granted bond. The defendant's current status shows bonded, and he has since been released from the Roanoke County Jail. A man charged with killing three people, including a toddler, had his bond hearing and was released as effectively invisible to the public record. Now, this is from Rob, what, what he's been doing here. We reached out to the Roanoke County General District Court for clarification. They advised that all information must be paid for in advance and requested, and that the data will be mailed. All they confirmed was that he required a translator. Ooh. According to federal law enforcement sources, Quatera is a naturalized U.S. citizen who originally immigrated to the United States illegally from the Ivory Coast in the 1990s. Despite his unlawful entry, he eventually obtained legal permanent residency and subsequently became a U.S. citizen. Court records acknowledge his address as Montgomery Village, Maryland. What remains unknown and what no media outlet has yet reported is who employed Quatera at the time of the crash. What motor carrier owned the 2014 Volvo tractor he was operating, and whether the carrier was operating under active authority. These are standard questions in any commercial vehicle fatality investigation, and the lack of public information is notable. Virginia State Police, which is conducting the crash investigation, has not released details about the motor carrier involved. The complainant listed on court documents is identified only as TPR Turner JA, which is actually Trooper John Turner, a Virginia State Police trooper who did not respond to a request for comment. Our initial FOIA request to the Virginia State Police was denied, citing an active investigation, even though Quatera had already been charged. Since his release, we have refiled the FOIA with the Virginia State Police. We refiled that FOIA request on January 9th, 2026, and is again denied by the Virginia State Police for the same active investigation reason. That doesn't make sense. What's odd to me is that this is a highway accident that took place on a public highway where people were killed. That accident has been cleared for nearly a month. The driver has been charged. The victims have been buried. I believe we have an active criminal case, but we do not have an active criminal investigation. There is a difference. This case lands at a particularly sensitive moment for trucking safety and commercial driver licensing enforcement. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has made CDL compliance a centerpiece of his DOT agenda, particularly regarding foreign-born drivers and non-documented personal driver's license. It just talks about all the other stuff that's going on. Well, Quatera's case is connected to the broader non-domiciled CDL issue remains unclear. As a naturalized citizen from Maryland, he would have been eligible for a standard domicile CDL through the Maryland Motor Vehicle Administration. But without knowing which carrier employed him or under what circumstances he was operating on I 81 that night, the full picture remains incomplete. The fact that he required a translator for court at least tells us he couldn't meet English proficiency requirements. That's right. The Williams family deserves answers. The public deserves answers. And frankly, the trucking industry deserves answers. Yes, we do. When a commercial vehicle operator is charged with killing three people and walks out of jail on bond following a hearing after only spending a week in jail, questions need to be asked about who's running this motor carrier, what their safety record looks like, how this driver came to be behind the wheel that night, and why everyone seems to be working overtime obscuring basic information about the case. Quatera's next scheduled court appearance is a preliminary hearing on February 12th, 2026 at 9 a.m. in courtroom room by the Roanoke County General District Court. Well, Rob said he'll be there for that. The defense attorney of record is Woods Rogers, a law firm headquartered in Roanoke. And Brett Waves will continue to follow up on this case. Yes, I'll be watching for it. Rob, let me know if you hear anything else about this. I would appreciate it. So there we go. He is out on jail, no English, 3 counts of manslaughter. Wow. 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 That's some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Sad too. 3 people lost their lives over that. So they were sitting on the shoulder, and I guess who knows? We don't know anything. Did he get distracted? Was he playing on his phone, emailing or texting or watching a movie or something? Who knows? Did he fall asleep at the wheel? Who knows? Don't know. There's no information on what happened. So sad story, bad stuff. Come on, truckers. We gotta do better than this. Tighten up. So let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this situation. I appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a good day and stay safe.